Hello everyone, this is Julian and Cesc, and today we're having coffee at the Padel Club
Yeah, with a little bit of gossip.
with a little, I like it, gossip time.
We are all things paddle.
We're here at Pura Vida enjoying this delicious macchiato, and he's having a café con leche.
Yes,
Yes.
the way I like it. Well, let's talk a little bit about paddle. I think this paddle is kind of crazy, right? The business, what's going on, investors,
The paddle world,
the
actually,
paddle world
in
yes.
the USA.
Yes. I mean, the growth has been like it's crazy this last couple years, right? Everybody wants to open up a club, right? Everybody comes down to Miami, comes to a club, gets addicted, and they're like, "I want to open up a paddle club," right?
Yeah.
How many times have we get calls about that, right?
Gazillion times. I mean, the industry is estimating that by the end of 2025, this year they're gonna build over 1,000 paddle clubs, and we got that data from a very reputable source of different paddle companies, paddle manufacturer courts, that those are the orders they have for this upcoming year. I mean, it's just crazy what's happening with paddle.
And I mean, in what we tell them is, investors want to see three basic things. A little bit more, but these are three basic things. One, of course, is location. Do you have a location? Demographics, right? Is it the right location? The other one is going to be some seed money, right? They'll have some type of money so they're vested into this project. I think that's kind of a big deal. And the other one is going to be experience. Are you an operator? Do you have experience, in a sports facility?
And not only that, you're talking about having the right coaches, the programming. I mean, it's the whole structure. We see so many amateurs coming into this ecosystem of paddle that they don't know what they're doing. And we at Paddle Smash, we're trying to guide them and consult them the best possible way, because we have the experience, we have the business accolades and the paddle experience that we want to guide him into the right way. And the other see that we the other mistakes that we see, huge, very, very important paddle brands coming into this market, which the American market is huge.
Yeah.
It's not because you're successful in Spain or a smaller country with your brand, you gotta be successful here. You have to know the market, and and the American market is not the same thing as the European market.
No, very different.
And the Spanish market is not the same thing as the Italian market. You have to know the market, and we see that left and right. We jump on calls and we said, oh, gee, these guys, they have no clue what they're getting into it.
And the thing is, we've been so involved in paddle for a little while now, and we kind of see the pitfalls and mistakes that people can make. So, we're there to try to help them avoid those pitfall and mistakes, for sure. But you're right, we see a lot of companies, brand investors, they're trying to get into the American market because it's growing. It's growing. But it's trying to avoid stern mistakes is what's key. And sometimes they're jumping in too quickly. Putting together a great business plan on paper looks great, but in reality, sometimes it doesn't work out the way one thinks it does. You come to Miami, you open up a club, people are just gonna fill it up. Especially in the right locations. But outside of Florida, it might be a little tough.
And look, not only, I mean, what are you doing stealing my cookie? What the heck, man? This guy is trying to, lose some weight, and then he's stealing my.
You said you want to lose.
I was waiting for you to. I was waiting for you to finish my coffee to have that cookie.
I'm doing you a favor, my friend.
I'm sorry, guys, but this is incredible. I mean, I gotta deal with this every single day, man. It's like I feel like I'm surrounded by hyenas trying to eat my food. But anyways, let's go back to the topic here. It's
You snooze, you lose, my friend. You snooze, you lose.
Each community is different. Not only because your business is successful in Miami, it's going to be successful in Wisconsin, Minnesota, or the West Coast. You have to know the demographics, and you have to know how to target those demographics the right way. You have to hire the right team.
It's budgeting for marketing.
Yeah.
You're going to be 16 to 24 months, you're hemorrhaging some money, getting into the black. So you're going to need a budget there for that, and you're going to need budget for marketing. You're going to need to get into the community. Really cement yourself in the community. Now, people talk about all the time. What does it actually mean? That means you got to you gotta get these business owners, small business owners, corporate owners, get in there, get involved, talk to them, get them to come to to your club. Get the employees to come to the club, even for free. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You just need exposure to the sport, and you have to do that all the time. I mean, this is what we focused on: growth. Sporting Type is the same model, and I just don't think people maybe don't understand it, or they do understand it, but they're not executing it correctly. You know what I'm saying?
And we see, I call this the gold rush, the paddle gold rush, but in reality, it's not a gold paddle rush. It's more a paddle gold marathon. It's a long way. You're not going to see your return on investments in a year or 2 years. You have to. It's a long term. This is a marathon. You have to hit the right marks for you to be successful. And if you don't know, you have to hire the right people, and that's why we're trying to do our best for our clients, our viewers and listeners, to guide them the right way and what to do.
And if you're trying to bootstrap this, you've got to create a budget for that. 16 to 24 months. You have to. If not, you'll be down the tubes in less than 6 months. It's very, very. If you're not incorporating that marketing budget, and the cost of hemorrhaging money every single month for that 16 to 24 months, you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna have to compromise on your model. You're gonna be looking for other investors. It's gonna be a problem. We've seen it a few times already.
A few times, more than once, man. I mean, it's just crazy. It is crazy.
So let's talk more about the brands. I mean, right now, we see brands, we see certain American brands, or at least American known brands. So let's talk about that, like the Wilsons, the Adidas, that babble out the head, right? And then you have other brands that are not so known, but really largely known in the paddle community in Europe.
In European market,
like Paddle, Knox, Sukes, things like that. They're also wanting to get into this industry, not only with rackets, with pickle, with other racket sports, and also with courts. So they're trying to cement themselves in the American market because they've seen it in Europe and they've been successful there, and now they're trying to apply the same thing here in the U.S. And it may not be the same. Their model there and what worked there may not be the same here, because again, this is the U.S. It's a little bit different, and so I think they're starting to realize that a little bit, and a pivot and a change is what was needed to be successful in cementing their brand here in the USA and working with the right people. I think that's kind of key, and not jumping into a marriage so quickly without vetting the personnel, doing their diligence and understanding what their vision is, what the person's vision is, and who they're reaching. And I think that's kind of what's going on right now, what we kind of see.
And I tell you, and the big difference between the Wilsons, the Heads, and the Babylats, they've been in the American market for over 40, 50 years. They already made all the mistakes necessary for them to succeed. They're huge brands. I mean, it's Wilson, the Heads, the Babylats. I mean, they have headquarters. They have, over a couple of hundred people working on departments, on different departments. They have distribution centers all over the country. I mean, they're so massive, and they know how the market works because they've been doing it for tennis for forever. So the key here for you as a brand to come over
more cookies.
And he's ordering more cookies. Can you see this guy?
This guy ate my cookies. So
oh my God!
Can you bring me another cookie, please? Thanks.
Please. Sorry about that. He's.
I felt bad. I took his cookies. I have to ask for another one. All right. He's crying so much about it.
So going back to what I was saying is that you as a successful brand in a different continent or different country, you have to know exactly what are the benchmarks that you need to do. Distribution is crucial. Having the right marketing. You have to have salespeople by region. You mean someone in the West Coast, somebody in the East Coast. The East Coast is huge. Northeast, Southeast, the middle of the country. I mean, this country is huge. You cannot have just one sales rep for the entire country. It's literally impossible. I mean, the country is too big. So you have to distribute that. And for that, you need to have a budget. Without the budget, your growth is going to be so much slower. And you need to find e-commerce partners, which they're going to help you distribute through the e-commerce ecosystem much faster, that they're already established here in the United States, because this is a cutthroat market, and when you're dealing with these big Wilsons, I mean, their budgets are huge compared to the European brands that are trying to get into this market.
Yeah. But I think they're slowly getting into the market. They're not rushing into it. I think they're assessing every year the market and increasing their marketing and what they're doing. So they're kind of like, they have that experience. They have those deep pockets for that.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these other smaller companies are maybe pretty big. And thank you very much.
Here we have the famous cookies. This is it. See, he doesn't know how to eat this. First of all, you dip it on the coffee. You buy the top.
It looks like you're doing that too. You know how you do that, man. I
Oh,
don't know, man. I don't know about that, Julian.
And the way you drink the coffee is with little pinky.
It is the wrong. That's
Little
the wrong
pinky,
type of
yeah, you know.
podcast. Yeah.
When you mix the bitterness of the coffee with the cookie, the sweetness of the cookie, delightful, delicious. But anyways,
Yeah. So I think the bigger companies are kind of doing right. They're assessing each year, seeing how the year went, the growth and how much more money they're going to be marketing into the paddle. I think they're doing the things the right way. But let's talk about distributors and what their jobs are, responsibilities, and does it work? The way their model, and you see distributors jumping all over the place. This month it's this guy a distributor for this brand. 6 months from now it's another distributor. Why it doesn't work, and why are people jumping around, things like that?
well, I mean, the distributor is very simple. The European brand is going to ask you for a fixed amount of purchases from the brand on a monthly basis. The distributor, you need to have a warehouse, definitely. You have to have the distribution center. So somebody has to be there 24/7, especially if you have an e-commerce, to be shipping out orders to the clubs, to the pros, to the e-commerce.
The logistics.
The logistics. You need to have the logistics. You can have another company to do the logistics, but it's going to cost you money. So, bottom line, it's what are your margins? It's crucial for you to know all those details before you jump into representing a brand and buying a couple $100,000 worth of inventory. And then what do you do?
And then the brand may not have a budget to market to help you push that. Those rackets.
Yeah.
And sometimes, as a distributor, you're not creating any value. You're just a distributor.
Yeah.
Who's making money at that time, right? So a lot of times you see them jumping onto different places because of that. There's no like footing, or there's no building of anything, unfortunately.
And not only that, I mean, you have to really be careful with the brands. Just to name some, each brand is different, but every 4 to 6 months or every year they come out with a new model. So let's say you purchase the Tapia racket from Knox from last 2024. Now you purchase a couple hundred rackets. You sold 100. Now you're stuck with 100 old models from last year. So what do you do?
Thousands. I mean, you're committed by thousands and thousands of rackets.
So you have to pretty much sell it at cost or literally give it away so you can start selling the 2025 model. So you have to be very, very careful with that, and the brand has to let you know. So you know how much rotating equipment that you need to have.
And it works opposite way.
Yeah.
Like we do a review on a racket that we really love, and boom, it's out of stock.
Yeah.
And that distributor didn't know it was going to be out of stock, and they're losing money because people want it. So it's not an easy gig, I would say. There's not a lot of perks
let's talk about what happened with Knox, the Ausberger saga, and the Tino Levac saga.
Yeah,
and
that's another one.
I mean, Tino Levac and Ausberger, they were Knox players for quite a long time.
And they have a contract still for another couple of years.
Yeah, they had a contract, and then suddenly they switched to Seals. Let's say you purchase the Ausberger racket, which it's spectacular racket.
And the racket was about to come out. The racket was about to come out. The Knox racket. They did R&D specific rackets for them.
Yeah.
It was about to come out the following month, and we were like, hey, let's put in these orders for these guys. Yeah. And boom. So all those rackets
What do you do with those rackets if you have an inventory?
Right.
You have to give it away or put it as a demo rackets in a club.
Right.
So yeah, it's
And
the
then we're also talking about, defects.
Yeah.
Right. When you make a racket, let's say for 100 rackets, you may get anywhere from 10 to 25% defects that you can't use.
Yeah.
Which is a waste.
Yeah.
Something you can do as testers or what have you. But some of those leak through, and then you have to deal with rackets that are defective, cracked, and cracked somewhere. I mean, and then
you
dealing with that.
return policy. Let's say
Right.
I'm playing with your racket and it breaks. So are you gonna take it back as a distributor or not?
Right.
The e-commerce store needs to have a return policy. What can you do and you can do? Because now you ended up if it comes defective, like you
Yeah.
said,
It's happened to me.
it happens.
Yeah.
A batch comes defective, and now you're responsible 100%, and then you have to deal.
And your e-commerce store, their customer doesn't want to hear that. Hey, you have to
Yeah.
get permission from the district. They don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
They just give me a new one.
Yeah.
And you want to have some good reviews, so you risk taking the loss there. You
Yeah.
know. So and that's just rackets.
Yeah.
And now you have courts. I mean, things are more companies starting to make the courts. Where they're coming from, the logistics on that. How to hold them, where are you going to hold them? You need space for them.
Yeah.
Broken things when they come in. Oh man, it's just
What it happened to your
Of
club
course
to
it did.
Padel Smash? I mean,
Yeah.
you received a cord with
4 broken glasses.
4 broken glasses. Where in the world in Connecticut you get 4 paddle
Right,
panels? I
right.
mean,
So fortunately,
did
we weren't in a rush. We weren't like, okay, we're gonna put it up and we're opening. So fortunately, we were in that situation. But a lot of clubs are. A lot of clubs are like they need to get going because they're paying rent.
yeah.
Fortunately,
exactly.
I owned the building, so it wasn't that the big of a deal. But for somebody to wait a month or a month and a half for glass, that's killer. And glass breaks like that.
I mean,
It's heavy.
just to give you a rough number, because I deal with that every day. It's at each outdoor court gives you an estimate of $20,000, of rentals a month, give and take here in
Yeah.
Miami. For each day you're closed because your glass is broken, you're losing money, and you could be losing thousands of dollars just because.
So this is a good thing you're saying, because anybody who gets courts, they should buy 1 or 2 glasses extra and just keep them in the back, because it's gonna happen.
But let me tell you another mistake. Glass breaks. Where in this world you get an installation or a guy who can install these glasses? They are not easy. They are extremely heavy, and you need at least 4 people.
5. I can do it. I've done it.
One person.
I put 5 people.
You need 5 people.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch my video on putting up a court. I mean, it's not that difficult, but you
have to know.
You have to know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tricks. I mean, that video should help you out. But handling the glass is something. It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
They weigh almost 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And you drop it, that's it. You're not going to get one for a couple months. So it's really important handling a glass.
Yeah.
But most people are going to have professionals come and install it. But it's not something that you can't do. I mean, if you got 1 cord going in your home, or 1 cord it's something you can handle. But you're going to need 5 people to handle that glass, and you're gonna need like 2 or 3 people just to do the rest.
Yeah, and look, guys, we're gonna start doing these these episodes of coffee and chill on the paddle club, and we're gonna just talk. But I hope this was helpful to you guys, and we're here to help. We know the market. We have the the business part. We have the paddle part.
DM us and reach out to us.
Reach
if
out
you
to
need
us.
help or
we'll help you, guide you the best we can into this beautiful paddle journey. And remember, paddle is beautiful at Padel Smash.